Before going to solve the problem, we should remember some of the points while preparing final accounts of not-for-profit organization. First point is take only revenue items to the income and expenditure account. So receipts and payments account, which includes all the capital and revenue items, but while preparing the income and expenditure account, we should consider only revenue items, which means revenue receipts and revenue expenditure. So why? Because not-for-profit organization is going to prepare income and expenditure account in order to know the present year surplus and deficit amount. So for that we are going to consider only the regular income and the regular expenditure. So it is taking only revenue items to the income and expenditure account. Next point is take capital items to the balance sheet. So receipts and payments account, which includes capital items as well as revenue items. So revenue items considered in income and expenditure account, and the capital items should be taken in balance sheet as the amount of capital fund as well as in the side of assets. Next point is opening balance of cash and bank should be shown in the opening balance sheet. So there are two types of balances, opening balances and closing balances. Opening balance is considered as two balance brought down which constitute cash in hand and cash at bank. So there are two types of balance sheet which is given. Opening balance sheet is prepared on 1/4, that is on 1st April, and the closing balance of cash and bank should be shown in the closing balance sheet. Closing balance sheet is prepared at the end of 31st March in the next year. So this is 1/4/2020, 31st March 2021. This is the accounting year of the organization. So opening balance of cash and bank is treated in the opening balance sheet. Closing balance of cash and bank is treated in the closing balance sheet, that is on 31st March. Next one is depreciation shown in the income and expenditure account should be deducted from the assets in the closing balance sheet. So depreciation, it is decline in the value of fixed assets. Whether we use that assets or not, every year the value of assets may decrease. So depreciation is non-cash expenses. So it is considered as expenditure of the organization. So it should be taken in income and expenditure side, and the remaining amount of this should be deducted by the total values of assets. So by the total value of assets, the amount of depreciation should be deducted in order to get the net assets value for the present year. Next one is surplus to be added to capital fund and deficit to be deducted from the capital fund in the balance sheet. Surplus, it is the amount of profit which gets in the income and expenditure account. Deficit, it is the amount of loss which is getting in the not-for-profit organization. So not-for-profit organization's profit is considered or treated as surplus, and the not-for-profit organization's loss is considered as deficit. The amount of surplus should be added to the amount of capital fund. Capital fund, which includes life membership fees, legacies, donations. So the amount of deficit should be deducted by the capital fund. So total of capital fund and the amount of deficit should be deducted, which should be shown in balance sheet. Next one is income and expenditure account balance given in open balance sheet can be shown separately or can be added to the capital fund in the closing balance sheet. So while preparing balance sheet at the end of accounting year, that is on 31st March, income and expenditure accounts balance, that means the opening balance sheet can be shown separately. So there are two types of balance sheet given, opening balance sheet and closing balance sheet. While preparing the closing balance sheet, we should consider the opening balance sheet balance and the additional expenses or the amount of income and expenditure we should be added or we should be deducted to the capital closing balance sheet. Next one is outstanding incomes and prepaid expenses should be shown on asset side of the balance sheet, and outstanding expenses and pre-received income should be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. Outstanding income, it is accrued income which should be received in the next year, but we have received the amount for the present year. So for that it is going to be considered in the asset side. So why? Because it is increasing the value of the assets. Prepaid expenses should be shown on the asset side. Prepaid expenses, it is also amount of expenses which is paid in advance. The amount of expenses which is paid in advance, it will be savings for the next year. So that amount is considered as assets of the organization and which is taken in asset side of the balance sheet. Outstanding expenses and pre-received income should be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. Outstanding expenses, it is the amount of expenses generated but the organization is not yet paid. It is the due amount of expenses. Next one is pre-received income should be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. So it is the amount of subscriptions received in advance by the members. If he doesn't like to continue in the organization should repay the amount to that particular member. That amount is generated for the next year. So for that the organization is treated the amount of pre-received income as its liability. If he don't want to continue in the organization should repay the amount of that pre-received income to a particular member. Let us start the problem which are related to income and expenditure account. First problem, from the receipts and payments account given below, prepare the income and expenditure account of Clean Delhi Club for the year ended 31st March 2011. So based on receipts and payment account, you should prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2011. So they have given the items which are related to receipts and payments. First one, receipts, to balance brought down. There are two types of opening balances, cash in hand and cash at bank. Here they have given only cash in hand. Cash in hand is rupees 3,200. This amount is considered as opening balance of the organization. Next to subscription, rupees 22,500. So as I said that subscription, it is the amount of small amount which is received by members of the organizations. Rupees 22,500. Next one is to entrance fees. Entrance fees is rupees 1,250. Next one, to donations 2,500. Rent of hall 750 rupees. To sale of investment rupees 3,000. These are the amount which is received by the organization. So those amount are treated as receipts. Next one is payments. Salary rupees 1,500, rent rupees 800, electricity charges rupees 3,500, by taxes rupees 1,700, by printing and stationery rupees 380, by sundry expenses rupees 920, by books purchase rupees 7,500, by government bond purchased rupees 10,000, by fixed deposit with bank rupees 5,000, by balance carried down. There are two types of closing balances, cash in hand and cash at bank. Cash in hand rupees 400, cash at bank rupees 1,500. Total closing balances rupees 1,900. So there is total amount of receipt is rupees 33,200. Total amount of payment is rupees 33,200. Preparation of income and expenditure account of Clean Delhi Club for the year 31st March 2011. Expenditure amount in rupees, income amount in rupees. So as I said that income and expenditure account is related to nominal account. Debit is considered as expenditure, credit is considered as income. So we are going to transfer the amount of receipts to the income side, the amount of payments to the expenditure side. So here we should classify the amount of capital receipts, revenue receipts, capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Why? Because we are going to consider only revenue receipts and revenue expenditures in the income and expenditure account. So salary, it is revenue expenditure. Why? Because it is generated or it is paid regularly. Rent, revenue expenditure, paid regularly. Electricity charges, revenue expenditure, paid regularly. Taxes, revenue expenditure, paid regularly. Printing and stationery, revenue expenditure, paid regularly. Sundry expenses, revenue expenditure, paid regularly. Books purchase, it is capital expenditure. Books purchase, it is an assets. Those benefit is exhausted more than 1 year. So books is to be used more than 1 year. So for that, books purchase is considered as capital expenditure. Next one is by government bond purchase. It is also a capital expenditure. Those benefit is exhausted more than 1 year. So with this government bond, we are going to receiving the amount of interest. We can purchase this government bond for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years or 5 years. But the benefit is more than 1 year. So it is considered as capital expenditure. Next one, fixed deposit with the bank. So it is also considered as capital expenditure. We are going to deposit the amount in the bank is more than 1 year. Next, by balance carried down, cash in hand and cash at bank. These are the amounts of revenue expenditures considered in income and expenditure account, and capital expenditures are considered in balance sheet. Here, subscription, it is revenue receipts received regularly, generated regularly. Entrance fees, revenue receipt received regularly. Donations, the small amount of donation is considered as revenue receipt. Huge amount of donations are considered as capital receipts, or they may given in the adjustments, consider donation as capital receipts, or 50% of donations considered as revenue. They will given separately, but in this problem they have given only small amount of donations, so we are going to consider this amount of donations as revenue receipt. Rent of hall, it is also revenue receipt which is received regularly. Sale of investment, it is capital receipt. Why? Because it is related to assets. This should be deducted in the assets. It should be shown in balance sheet. Investments amount we should deduct minus sale of investment rupees 3,000. So here we are not going to consider the sale of investments. So receipt should be considered to or transferred to income side. Payment should be transferred to expenditure. So here we are going to consider only revenue expenditures and revenue receipts. First one, salary payments is transferred to expenditure side. To salary rupees 1,500. Next, to rent rupees 800. To electricity charges rupees 3,500. To taxes rupees 1,700. Next, to printing and stationery rupees 380. Next one is sundry expenses. To sundry expenses rupees 920. These are the amount of revenue expenditure, and remaining books purchase, government bond purchase, fixed deposits, these are capital expenditure. We are going to show these amount in balance sheet. So by balance carried down, it is also closing balance of cash in hand and cash at bank. Cash is considered as an asset, so these two amounts should be taken in balance sheets. So expenditures are salary rupees 1500, rent rupees 800, electricity charges rupees 3500, taxes rupees 1700, printing and stationery rupees 380, sundry expenses rupees 920. These are the amount of expenditure which are incurred in the present accounting year. Next one, the amount of receipts should be transferred to income side. So to balance brought down cash in hand, it is not taken in income and expenditure account. It is useful only to identify the amount of closing balances in receipts and payments account. Subscriptions. Subscriptions rupees 22,500. Next one, by entrance fees 1,250. By donations 2,500. Small amount of donations is considered as revenue receipt. Huge amount or lump sum amount of donations is considered as capital receipts. By rent of hall rupees 750. Sale of investment is not considered. Why? Because this amount should be deducted in the asset side, investments. Next, we should add the amount of expenditures and the amount of income. So whichever is higher, we should consider that amount and we should take that amount in both the sides. So the total of income is rupees 27,000. Total of income. And the total of amount of expenditure is rupees 8,800. So 27,000 and 8,800. 27,000 is greater than 8,800. So income amount is more than the amount of expenditure. So both the side we should take 27,000. So in order to identify the amount of surplus and the amount of deficit, so in order to know the amount of surplus or deficit, if the amount of income is more than the amount of expenditure, the result will be considered as surplus. If the amount of expenditure is more than the amount of income, the result will considered as deficit. So here the income is more than the amount of expenditure. So both the side 27,000, amount of expenditure is rupees 8,800. 27,000 minus 8,800, 18,200 rupees is considered as the amount of surplus, which is excess of income over its expenditure, which means the amount of income is more than the amount of expenditure. So this amount 18,200 should be added to the amount of capital fund in the balance sheet. This is about the preparation of income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account, which includes only revenue receipts and revenue expenditures.